All right, good morning, tribe, and welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Porterbrook, broadcasting to you live from Ravenscar, my backyard. We got birds chirping, and we got traffic roaring. It's one of the things when the cool weather comes, I don't know what it is, if it's just denser air, because it's cooler and more condensed, but sound travels a lot. And so the roar from I-45 is really, really loud. So I grabbed the microphone. Hopefully you can hear the birds. Hopefully you can't hear the traffic. Hey, good morning, Deanna. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Rexana. Good morning, Marcia. Hey, Todd. Good morning. Hey, Ancestral Twine. Hey, Wolf. Hey, Charles. I have the microphone. I'm pointing it at the bird. Hey, Chirpy. No, I don't know if he's... Yeah, I can hear him. Hopefully that won't crash to the ground now. Okay. Oh, more people. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Carrie, built on the Rock Homestead. Hey, okay, you do hear the birds. Hey, Denver. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Terry. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Tina. Good morning. All right. Have a great day. Eat more beef. That's the plan. I have an idea for the second one I'm going to try there, Tina. And we'll get that worked out. Hey, Michelle. Okay, Catherine. Okay for ADHD and the brain pill. So I don't know your medical history, and this isn't the place to really discuss it, but if you are already on medications for ADHD, I would recommend talking to the person who prescribed those medications and start there. There's a lot of different things that can go into that, and really this is a case for your primary care physician. Because he or she has the whole picture. I do not. All right. Hey, good morning, Donna. Good morning, Jonathan. Hey, Chirpy. Jonathan says good morning. Chirpy says tweet, tweet, tweet. Okay. Hey, Chris. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Alan. Turned you down some. Howdy. Yeah, it's pretty loud. I'm talking extra loud too. I gave 2 presentations yesterday, and I'm still in loud Mark voice. Hey, good morning, Alicia. Hey, Laura. Good morning, Mike. Oh, yeah, Terry. Okay. So, yeah, if you didn't see it, check it out. Your Harris County. Follow them. If, like I said, if you're in Harris County or the surrounding counties and go into Harris County to see what's going on, or you want to know what's going on, why you should go into Harris County, follow Leslie Chapman over at your Harris County. She is a really, really sweet lady and sharp too. Good morning, Christopher Vandegrift Sr. Are you new? I don't recall seeing you here before, but you are welcome, totally welcome. Here's the new folks. Coffee is my life. Oh, yeah. Okay, Chris. Ever hear of a pecan truffle? Yes, that is one of the things I have been searching for over 15 years. So here in Texas, there is an actual truffle. The mushroom, the really super expensive, super tasty, wonderful mushroom. We actually have like 4 varieties, and most of them grow symbiotically amongst really old pecan orchards. And I have searched is up in the hill country in particular. The more chalky, limestoney soil seems to encourage their growth, but I have yet to find any. But there is a researcher that's written several different scientific monographs on the pecan truffle and how to try and cultivate them and things like that. But for that to happen, you need some pecan truffles to begin with, and it's a matter of inoculating the young pecan seedling roots with spores from the pecan truffle and then plant them and wait a number of years until everything can grow. But yeah, pecan truffles on my list of dream fungi, I guess, to find. Oh, Leslie's here. Good morning, Leslie. Yeah, throw a link up again to your Harris County. Had a great time. I just really like you. I see why your husband, why he married you. He made a good choice. Okay, cool. Christopher, I'm new here, but we are friends. Thanks. Cool. I have a lot of friends. Sometimes I lose track of who's my friend. Hey, good morning, Bernice. Oh, thank you. It's the interviewer. Oh, okay. Ancestral time. No. Hi, Dicka. How are you? Man, it's good to see you have internet connection again. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Constance. Hey, Wade. Surrender. Man, Surrender, you're kind of late. Hey, Jacqueline. Cordyceps are your dream fungus. And the only time I've found cordyceps out in the wild is out at the Big Thicket Nature Preserve, over by you, actually, which was pretty cool. In this case, it was a moth that had been, infested with the fungus. It was pretty cool. Wow. Can anyone else see my breath? Whoa, it's colder out than I thought. Ooh, so there are good old pecan groves around Hitchcock, Santa Fe, Galveston neck of the woods. So that would be one of the places to look for the pecan truffle. I'm not sure, though, if the soil is right for those. Because, like I said, most of the monographs I've seen on it talk about the limestone soil. Have to check it out. All right, and for those of you who want to check out the interview and all sorts of other cool stuff, an interview with other cool people, your Harris County is the place to go. Yeah, there was some audio problems on her end. Every day Facebook changes something, and it's really frustrating. Those of you that remember the early days of Merriweather's World, it was every week it was a new battle trying to get it to work out. So thank you, Wazoo Survival, for getting me the whole StreamYard account and everything set up. Dearly, I saw your mushroom post yesterday. I laughed. I was like, that was me 5 years ago. I used to ask you all the time about mushrooms. You ended up recommending a book. I recommend 3 books now. But yeah, it's foragers. We love nature. We love introducing people to nature. But we know when the weather is just right and there's a lot of rain, the mushroom questions come. And I did a list there of 7 different things you need to show with the mushrooms, because mushrooms there's a lot of similarities from mushroom to mushroom, and so the differences are usually very fine details that a picture of the cap from 8 feet away is not going to show those fine details. I know a lot of people probably thought the mushroom on the front or on the post was a puffball, and I did that purposely. It was not a puffball. It was actually a Titans, the Mica B Titans, but it's this huge mushroom. But it's the traditional toadstool type mushroom. Hey, good morning, Marcia. Yep, it is cold. I got breath. Okay, yeah, Wolf, the soil down by there is gumbo, so maybe I need to recheck those, but everything I read on the pecan truffle was leaning more towards the Austin Hill Country area. Oops. I have a sweatshirt on this morning as I refuse to turn on the heat and the AC on the same day. Come on, you sound like a Minnesotan. Ooh. We have a pecan grove here in Boyd. In fact, I think the land is for sale. I've been dreaming about land. I want land. I want a place where I can just go out and throw up my hammock. Oh well. Ooh, okay, here's a good question. Besides prickly pear, any other good native plants that grow and can survive without supplemental water? Yeah, if you go to foraging Texas, let me just pop this up here. One of the tags that you can look under and bring up a bunch of plants is arid dry. So start with those. Let's see, low water edible plants. There you go. Yep. Post, dang you, post. There we go. So start there, and there'll be a number of them. Okay. S. So how do you make a spore print? So remember, the spores are like the mushroom seeds. Mushrooms aren't plants. They reproduce by individual seeds that drop down individual cells, a single cell thing that then, grows out like a bacteria colony almost. So to get the spore print, you take the cap. This is the underside. This is the top. And what I do is I set it on a piece of glass and just let it sit there overnight. The mature toadstool will be dropping spores onto the piece of glass. And then you set that piece of glass on some white paper and set it on some black paper and judge the color of the spores. Is the spore green? Is it yellow? Is it black? Is it purple? Is it white? Is it pink? Is it lavender? Because the color of the spore is useful for telling very similar mushrooms apart. Like the green vomiter, it produces green spores, as opposed to the destroying angel, which looks very similar, but produces the white spores. So it's just letting the spores fall from the gills or the polypores, depending on the type of mushroom, but from the gills of the mushroom onto a piece of glass so you can then see the color of the spores. Ooh, okay. What is the first action if you've ingested the wrong mushroom? Definitely call poison control. Okay, so let's back up a second. If you are collecting mushrooms to eat, and you're not quite sure, one of the things you definitely want to do is keep at least one or two of the mushrooms separate in a baggie with information. So, where it was found, what it was growing on. Those are the two main things. And what you think it is, as far as the edible mushroom. And then keep that aside. So if it ends up you ate a bad mushroom and you are going to the emergency room because you're puking your guts out, like I said, you call poison control first. They'll probably tell you to go to the emergency room immediately. But you bring this along so that the doctors there have a shot at identifying the mushroom and figuring out the proper treatment. Eating the wrong mushroom is bad. There aren't that many that are truly fatal. There are some that really are. They attack the liver. Quite a few of them are just going to cause puking and throwing up. But definitely you want to contact poison control, and most likely they are going to tell you to go to the emergency room, but definitely have a sample, an uneaten, uncooked sample of the mushroom with you to show them, so they can work. Most of the poison hotline, they have contact with different mushroom people all around the nation to try and help get IDs. There's a secret Facebook group of for emergency mushroom identification that's used by a bunch of doctors too. It's like, I came in, someone had eaten this. What is it? Oh, okay, good. Let's go treat it this way, sort of thing. But yeah, call poison control. Make sure you have an uncooked sample of the mushroom with information where you found it, what it was growing on, and then probably head to the emergency room. Whoops. Okay. Oh, Dad's here. Hey, Dad. Hey, Mom. Oh, Mom. Sorry about Aunt Dolores. So, yeah, we had a loss. Actually, this week has been bad. We lost 2 of my aunts this week on Mom's side, but haven't, can't get up there. I don't know what else to say about that. It's one of those difficult times that you just drink coffee and move on. So, Good morning, Yvonne. Stall 16 at the Renaissance Festival, right? Yeah, I'll be there. Hey, Julie. Hey, Bonnie. Not seeing anyone's comments. I don't know why. Ooh, here's a good question. Okay, the 2 best mushrooms to hunt for beginners, Northeast Texas. So Northeast Texas, puffballs, because puffballs are very easy to distinguish. If you look on the Foraging Texas website, you will see puffballs. Oop, lawn care guys here. The puffballs. And then I need to, probably, hell no, not oyster. Woods ear. Yeah, definitely woods ear. Very distinctive looking. That's also on the Foraging Texas website. So check those 2 out. The puffballs grow in soil on grass. The woods ear grow on dead wood. So. Okay. Good morning. Yeah. So I'm going to have to talk really loud. Okay, so listen, why are some mushrooms poisonous? Just curious why God would have created those. Do they serve a different purpose other than food? Are they designed to be food for certain creatures or just serve a purpose in nature? Yeah, so mushrooms are incredibly important to nature because their main purpose is to break down wood, break down the lignin in plants. Let me just hide this. So wood, it's pretty durable. Like this has been sitting out here for years, up out of the soil, dry. So mushrooms haven't been growing on it. So it just sits there and lasts and lasts and lasts because the chemical, the structure of the cell walls and everything are long chains called lignins. And lignins are very durable, very hard to break down. The big problem with the whole making alcohol from cellulose is the cellulose is another name for lignins, and it's very hard to break cellulose down. So luckily, mushrooms have developed the compounds that can actually destroy the lignin, break it down, convert it back into its base components, eat those, use those to grow and get energy. So the fungus are, all the different fungus out there, most of them, their purpose is to break down the compounds in nature that are most durable. So in a way, they are the most aggressive of the living creatures because they can break down things that nothing else can. You think about like termites eating wood, and then the bacteria in the termites breaking down the wood. They're still not breaking down the cellulose. Maybe a little, but not much. It's really the fungus that are doing that. Now, If you think about God for a second, and creator of all that is seen and unseen, and so we're going to get philosophical, theological, quasi-Catholic here for a minute. But when you think about the unseen, think of the rules that control the universe, the way chemicals interact, the way gravity interacts, all the laws of physics and chemistry. Those are based on universal constants, certain numerical. We were talking yesterday that math is the language of the universe, and there are certain mathematics that describe electrons, that describe protons, that describe gravity, all this sort of thing, electromagnetic waves, and those mathematical constants were set at the very, very beginning of the universe, and that's what controls how everything is interacting. So that being said, once those rules were put in place, everything in the universe has to play by those rules, and then they just adjust and twist and evolve and all this sort of thing. And in that big evolutionary soup of these things changing and interacting, they're still following those unseen rules. They end up with some molecules just end up being very poisonous to humans. Now, like slugs, little slugs, they love eating the destroying angel. They love eating the death cap mushrooms. They can handle it. They don't have a liver. Slugs have no liver. So the particular compounds in the mushrooms don't affect the slugs. And then the slugs, they take the chemistry from the mushrooms, and through their digestive tract change it into other things that render them relatively safe, depending on the concentration and time and so forth like that. But then the birds come along and eat the slugs, and so you get that circle of life going on. I feel like I might have put this huge word cloud out, but that's basically what's going on. The fungi, their purpose on the planet is generally to break up wood and plant matter, to decompose it down to its core components, so that it can be used by everything else. And in the process, they've just evolved some chemicals that are poisonous, like rattlesnakes. They're poison. They have the fangs. They evolved that, or God created or God directed it. But it was just that was part of the unseen rules of the universe, is what created those toxic compounds. So not everything serves man. Mm-hmm. All right. And if I could tell my 20-year-old self one thing, it would be buy a big plot of land. I don't want a big plot. I mean, I'd be happy with like a half acre as long as it's out away from everyone. But a big plot is a lot of work. Hey, good morning, Cleo. How are you up in Woodville? Hey, Charles. Oh man, Jonathan, you're making me jealous. You have a 5-acre plot and a 10-acre plot, and I still want land. Permaculture is fun. Permaculture is a lot of fun. Oh man. All right, let's see. Jennifer, I love this. Whenever my 7-year-old grandson wants a toy, I ask him, "Wouldn't you rather save for real estate?" That's a good way of looking at it. Oh man, Wolf, yeah, I got 32 acres, now turning it into a livable farm. That is a project. That is a never-ending project. I know up at Uncommon Bees, what was his saying? They got around 30-some acres, and half of everything is broken. The other half is jury-rigged, and the last half is just a dream. Something like that. I don't know. If Uncommon Bee shows up, we'll have to have him ask that. Oh man, Nicole, there's 114 acres next to me that are for sale. This close to the city, we're doomed. It'll be divided up and become neighborhoods. Sadness. Our little country paradise near the city will be gone. But for now, I enjoy being able to hear I'm not even going to try and say that word, of the farm animals in the morning. funny. Yeah, as long as they're not your cows and your cow crap to deal with, yeah, cows sound nice in the morning. Ooh, yeah, Dana, is shepherd's purse one of those plants you need to ease into, or can I incorporate it into dinner tonight? I say go for it. I mean, if you like the horseradishy sort of peppery flavor, and in particular, if you have the bigger stalks, you can treat them almost like asparagus. So the big stalks from shepherd's purse, try like George Foreman grilling them or something like that. Oh, wow. Okay. The morning is going fast. Don't worry, we're not over. It is time for the group take. Yay! Group take. Bonding, the liver pill. Cleanse, support, detoxify, protect. Got me a liver, and I treat it well. Got me a liver. It'll protect me. So the liver pill, 4 down. And now, right now, the immune pill. Support, maintain, prepare, fight. Because you should always have a fully functioning immune system. And okay, just again, the warning though, unfortunately. So the immune pill, not good for people with autoimmune diseases because it does stimulate the immune system. And if you have an autoimmune disease, it can overstimulate it and cause all the problems that the autoimmune disease causes if you have the autoimmune disease. And then, of course, the brain pill. Memory, focus, mental clarity, attention. Oops. Got the cotton in that one yet. I like the smell of it. Sage. All right, I saw someone say something about sandburrs. Oh, good morning, Jody. I know that it is so true. We had a ton of problems with weeds, especially sandburrs, sedges in our grass, and so we began using True Green to battle the problem. Good morning. It's okay. True Green to battle the problem. Now we have a whole brand new variety of purslane type weed that are thriving everywhere. Jody, the purslane weed, if you break a stem, does it bleed white or does it bleed clear? If it bleeds clear, it's probably a purslane. If it bleeds white, it is probably not a sedge, a spurge. And the spurge is toxic. So white is a latex sap that can be irritating and not good for you. But clear, most likely, it is a purslane. Good morning. Yeah. So, and then the sandburrs, the little sticky, painful to step on. You can toast those and grind them into flour. Those are edible. You can get revenge on them. Yep. Not everything serves man. There's a big, complex world. Man has only been here for a short time. But the whole support structure is much more complex. Hey, good morning, Susan. Kimberly, why, you dirty, slimy, liberalist slug. All right, what else you got? Oh, yeah, here's a good question. So, Sherry, is it true that mushrooms help trees to send nutrients to each other? Yes, it's really fascinating. The support work of forests is fungi. And how do I want to say this? There's a symbiotic relationship. It's Not every tree is connected, so usually it's a species specific sort of thing. But a fungus that has grown symbiotically, say with oak trees, say like the chanterelles, they want all the oak trees to be healthy. So when oak trees are stressed, they produce certain chemicals that trigger in the chanterelle mushroom a biochemical pathway to start producing some compounds that the oak tree needs. That'll help it. And also remember, the fungi are these huge, long filaments. The mycelium, I mean, they cover, what is it? The largest organism on Earth covers like 44,000 acres. It's one mushroom, but it's the mycelium from one mushroom. So they have this big network where they can transport stuff, back and forth through the mycelium to, the tree that's needed, all based on these chemical signals that the different plants release in times of stress or, other damage, things like that. Thank you, Bonnie, especially for my mom. Yes, slug alcohol syndrome is fatal, especially if you're using, a salted margarita type glass. But time is it here? We got to keep an eye on the time. Oops. Okay. Yeah, Bernice, really? You can eat those stickers in the grass? What are they called? Yeah, so sandburrs or sand stickers or sticker grass, any of those sort of things. But yeah, just toast them. Try put if you have a hot air popcorn popper. Actually, they're probably too light for that. Maybe one of the old school popcorn poppers with the pot and the crank and this thing that turns around. Try that, but you just want to lightly toast them until they come brittle, and then grind them into a flour. No matter how much land one acquires, you always want more. I don't know. One thing I've learned from friends that have land is it's a lot of work. So I don't necessarily want it. Okay. Serious question though. I hate it. Do you know of a plant weed killer that will not harm my firefly population? A goat, a hoe. Yeah, any of the. So remember, the fireflies, they spend a lot of their larva life down in the ground amongst the roots of the plants. And so if you're doing stuff that's attacking the roots of the plants, there's a good chance that it's also going to attack the firefly. I'm sorry, I don't know any firefly friendly weed killer. See, the thing is now, I'm running through my brain, and so most of the herbicides, what they do is they shut down some metabolic pathway in the plants. And so I'm trying to think of if there's a very specific metabolic pathway that might be able to be shut down that wouldn't affect the insects. One thing I was working on at my previous job was a new safe weed killer that actually worked. So photosynthesis, I gotta keep an eye on the time here. Okay. So photosynthesis, sunlight is reacting with some molecules inside the plant, the chlorophyll, and the electromagnetic energy is used to react carbon dioxide, break it apart, and reassemble it into different ways. For that to function, in the center of the chlorophyll is a metal ion, and now I can't remember if it's iron or if it was zinc or what. But what I was looking at was there's a class of molecules called chelators that think of them as grabby molecules. And what they particularly like to grab are metal ions. And so I was looking at this one particular super chelator that would grab onto that specific ion from the center of the chlorophyll and pull it out. But even that had the problem that, you know, this particular compound or this particular metal, again, I can't remember, it was a number of years ago, these chelators would grab it from living creatures too, and, you know, game over there. So that didn't work. Long story short, no, I don't have an answer, Wolf. I wish I did. But really, from a technology point of view, we're just not there yet. Selectively killing things is hard. And so we joke in chemistry. You want a big boom? We can do a big boom. You want a small boom? That's actually a lot harder to do. So, all right. Time is it here? Oops. So yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I really need to get going. I got a lot going on. I got a number of business meetings today. Thank you. Mom, Dad, love to you. Mom, love to you. Sorry. And then we'll see you all tomorrow. And then also tomorrow, don't forget, not only do we have the donut shop at the beginning of the world, but then Thursday evenings we have Merriweather's World, where this week I will finally be doing an introduction to tinctures. So I'll give you the basic rules of thumbs and things you need to know if you are going to start making your own herbal medicinal tinctures. All right, so share this news, tune in tomorrow, and until then, much love to you, much thanks to you, and have a great day. Here's to the tribe.